Okay, hey, how's it going? I just wanted to show this time my Knight Revenant team. This is a team I used. For me, the key was that guy right there, Tomb Lord. He was the main reason why I was able to do it. I just didn't have any decreased defense or decreased attack or anything. And then it gives me a chance to show another like miscreated monster. A way that I use him is pretty much just here and I used to use him in Spider and all that, but not anymore. So with this particular setup, I'll go through some of the stuff. Like the biggest carry here is I forgot her name. Do I get her name? This chick? I forgot what her name was. I think some of them they do die throughout the run. This is full auto. I haven't touched anything, but some of them die throughout the run, but thankfully she can just pick them back up, so it's really nice. The other kind of major component was Faceless because he does, he ignores the shields that the Valkyries put up, so it's really nice. Now, this was super annoying the first time around because the boss he steals your buffs, and so you want to manual it so that he doesn't get all the buffs. But then there's also this metal with fate exchanges remaining HP levels of the enemy. So luckily it's on a 12 turn. So even when he does it, you can kind of if you manual it, I think it'll be a little faster. This is just full auto with this very sort of minimal damage team. Oh my god, why doesn't this go away? Because I really don't have that much damage. My biggest damage here is my poisons from Tomb Lord. Really? I mean, because no, and then Faceless does do some pretty decent damage, but for the most part, it's pretty, um, it's kind of hard. It takes a long time, especially with the Valkyries because they're defense based, and then I got Doom Priest who is able to cleanse the, whatever debuffs I get back on myself, so that's really cool. And then, I get some heals, of course, out of that. And So, oh, right there too, the turn meter manipulation with Tomb Lord, whew, that helps a ton. And of course, the decreased speed. We should be getting what's his name back here in a little bit. But we will be getting the HP levels exchanged, unfortunately. If you don't touch anything, that's usually what happens. So you kind of just have to. I think my shortest run was it was around this time. It was around like 9 minutes. But it was me manualing it, making sure that they all had the skills they needed and all that. But you don't. I mean, if you leave it on auto and you just go do whatever you got to do, just come back whenever it's done. But yeah, it's definitely not a fast run. That's why with this particular faction, I farmed the lower levels. Like I try to get like the lower glyphs. Just on this one, this is probably I think this is the only one because it just takes so long. Like I think everyone else pretty much I can farm 21 and it takes maybe 5 minutes per run, but this one is just kind of rough. So especially because again I said at the time that I beat it, I didn't have anything that could do decreased defense, decreased attack. Tomb Lord is perfect for that, and he brings those poisons with him. So a little bit I'll go over, once it's over, I'll go over the stats and I'll go over like the, whatever, what's it called? Masteries I have, if any. I don't think I have masteries on everybody. I think I mean I did a guide on Miscreated Monster for Halloween, so I think that's the only one I have like kind of information of. But again, if you manual it, it'll be a little more consistent and stuff. But you definitely don't want to be doing that all the time. So I don't know if I should just kind of pause it and stop talking, or if I should just let it play. I think we should be done here in these last few hits. Uh, the most annoying thing again with Miscreated Monster is his ally protection because once the boss hits, he'll die and then he has to get picked back up. So you kind of have to try to, if you do manually, you have to try to be smart about it. And because I sometimes I will farm it just to in case I need more glyphs or something. I will leave it on auto, and it doesn't matter, of course, who I lose because I've already beaten it. But I think this should be over about now. So once the boss, oh, he didn't have to go. So that was actually the shortest time I've gotten. Wow. Uh, I thought it was short. I thought I had 9 minutes before. Okay, well there you go. That's how you get. This is the team I used. I'm gonna go over like kind of what they are all about. Let's go over that real quick. Show you some of the. Okay, so Tomb Lord, the main focus with him is accuracy and speed. You want him to go pretty quick. You want him to land his poisons and his what's it called? Oh, crit rate. That's what I was gonna say. Because his skills, his 8-2, 70% chance of placing 2 poisons. If this attack is critical, 70% chance of placing 4 poisons. So that's why I have him with 100%, over 100% crit rate. So that way he always crits, and he even crits against like negative affinity. I've seen him do this. I usually use him for like the twins on magic key, whenever it's magic, and he always lands those poisons. So and again, high accuracy because you want him to land his big ability here. This is the reason I won. I beat it. Decrease attack, decrease defense, and the turn meter manipulation is a big deal because that boss, you don't want him to take that turn because otherwise he's gonna take your health. And with this particular team, he does take your health just once, but then because it's on a 12 turn, he can't really do it anymore. So masteries, this is what I went with so far. I don't know. I haven't decided yet what I want to do with him. I'm thinking I'll just get a little bit more accuracy. Honestly, I don't think I need anything more on the offensive tree, but because I mainly just use him to make sure he lands decreased def. I use him like I would use Stagnite, but he has an extra. He's got that turn meter manipulation if the enemy has less than 50% HP. I think that's what it says, right? 80% chance. Gets an extra turn. If skill. Where's the? Oh yeah, it's the very first part. Decrease the turn meter of all enemies with less than 50% HP. So that's pretty cool. By 100%. So that's awesome. Rector Drath. So she's the other really big deal on this team because she's the only reviver I have, I think, for this faction. I don't know if I have another one. But yeah, I mean, she revives a single ally. I mean, and that's all you really need because you always end up losing Miscreated Monster. Maybe I'll have to replace him with someone else, some other control champion or something. But for now, that's what I got. As far as masteries, I have nothing on her. And then these are her full stats. She's really fast. I use her for Hydra. And that's really all I focus on is speed and then the HP levels because I want her to not get targeted, and then 3,000 defense. I should have more, but you don't need any accuracy with her. I mean, if you want to land this single target decrease attack, that'd be cool, but honestly, you don't need it. Because, well, at least with this team, I have Tomb Lord, so I have him for that. But with her, I mainly focus on her going first, and so she has this passive whenever an ally under Veil or Perfect Veil gets a turn, heals them by turn. So she's also a really crazy healer. So that's awesome. And then she's got resistant Doom battles. And then I went with this blessing. So, I don't necessarily have any particular reason for going with this. I just figured, like, if I do have eventually, if I do build her with enough accuracy or something, she'll be able to ignore some of the enemy's resistance and be able to land this. But right now, it's more long term, but right now I don't use her much, so I only use her in Hydra sometimes as just a support for the Perfect Veil against that one head that, like, if you attack it, I forget how it goes. It's like you get True Fear unless you have Perfect Veil or something. And then Faceless, he's kind of like the Valkyrie killer because he hits really hard with his, I think it's his A2. So with him, I mostly focused on as much crit rate as I could, higher attack. That this is obviously this isn't a crazy build or anything. It's pretty low tier as far as like damage goes, but this I find it to be good enough for the Valkyries. And he doesn't really have many masteries, is all he's got. But yeah, his this ability, Ice Bolt, well, he ignores shield and block damage. Is perfect for that part of the this floor because, you know, the Valkyries are accompanied by someone that does block damage. So this is really good. And then he's got this aura, which I mean, I don't know if anybody uses that, but that's what I have. And then, of course, Doom Priest, she's another sort of MVP because she's a healer. Oh, yeah, I said she was the only healer. She's the second healer. She just doesn't heal by that much with her passive and removes one random debuff, which is great because this boss takes your debuffs, or I mean, takes your buffs and gives you his debuffs. So with her, the main thing is just speed, to be honest. You want her to be really fast so she can, you know, she goes right away, increase attack, and then it helps Faceless, it helps Tomb Lord because they're both attack type champions. And so, you know, with her, I kind of focus on resistance. That way she doesn't get debuffed. Speed. And I mean, health and defense would be good, but this is good enough for me. This works for me. So again, masteries. Oh, did I even show the masteries? I don't think I did. So I'm going with like the extra healing and all that. You know, eventually I'll probably do lasting gifts because I'll want her to keep up that increased attack for maybe 3 turns if I can. And then that way, by the time she gets it again, you know, I'll have another increased attack, and then increased crit rate as well on her A1 on a random ally. And then, of course, Miscreated Monster. I won't go over his, but I will show the stats again. I mean, I already did a video on him, on how I built him, specifically how I built him. And so you can check that out if you want. And then these are his masteries. And again, I won't talk about him too much. But yeah, he's good. He's a good control, good-ish. Like, he's not that great, but he does land his stuns against the Valkyries because, you know, magic affinity. So that's it. That's my Knight Revenant's Faction Wars 21. Thanks.